Good morning, technological people. We're going to experience today what it's like for Radius, what they call Radius phone hacking, and selling children information. Now, in 2015, there's a place in a city somewhere called Bourbon Street, and it was sold. Now, here's the building here. Right? Now, I worked with an African American male, right? He was a weed dealer, and there was probably 15 of them, 15 of them. And here's a street, and here's a street. Here's a street light. Here's some buildings. There's some buildings over here, right? So this is what it's called to seriously fucking hack somebody, and then sell your children's identity. Now, in 2015, on a warm summer day, I worked with this African American man. He was about 15 years younger than me. Now, what happens with hacking is the black man walked. Let's see. Here's a restaurant, right? Walked outside of the kitchen. All right, here's some of the tables right here where people ate. Walked outside of the kitchen. I'm kind of right here trying to wake up at 8:15 in the morning. He walked outside. He shows his phone to me like this, right? Shows his phone. After he touches it like this, right? He puts his hand like this and shit. That happened to my ex-wife at Panera Bread. A man walked behind her. He waved this wand thing like this, and it changed her cell phone. But in 2015, I was specifically outside. He walks outside, shows me his fucking cell phone, and he was having sex with a fucking Puerto Rican chick. He just wanted me to see it for some reason. But you got to know that your camera is on, right? No matter if your cell phone is on or off. If your settings are on and off, it's what fucking criminal child salesman hackers do. He shows me what's on his phone. He's like, "Oh, I had a good time with this chick last night for some reason for about 15 seconds." It's 8:15 in the morning. He's already been inside the car smoking like 2 blunts of weed or whatever. And so then, of course, I have to turn, about 15 seconds later, I had to turn my cell phone back on. It is a warm summer day in July of 2015. So when somebody is doing signal or cell phone hacking, they will walk up to you, flip their phone the other around, show you a fucking video or a picture, take a picture of your face, then walk away and go about their day. So later on, and I already explained in another video how this started. I had gotten a phone. I had a Plenty of Fish hacker. I had a criminal fucking 2014 sell my children's identity while I worked for a place called Street Outlaws Homeless. And then it happens all the time where a fucking dude will show up. Somebody will pay a black man to enter a restaurant. He'll want me to see, for some odd reason, the type of woman he was with, and he'll be egotistical about showing their fucking privates on a cell phone or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, like, my wife or my children's identities will be sold and stolen with that kind of shit. But I was outside of this restaurant called Bourbon Street. African American man walks up and shows me the woman he was with. I was kind of just like high-fiving him, like, and after he had smoked 2 or 3 blunts that morning. And for some odd reason, since I've been 16, it's always a black man. I just need to see his girlfriend the night before and how much fun it is. And somebody pays him to just show up at a restaurant all the time. And then what happened is my cell phone went off. I went about the regular fucking work day. About 3:30 in the afternoon that day, after a African American man shows me his girlfriend's relations that night. 3 SUVs, one parks here. Has a bearded man in the driver's seat. One parks here. This is a Mel Gibson type 1985, like I got Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon hair type of dude. Gets out, walks. Now I'm going to talk about how Radius happens. Black man shows me his phone. 3 SUVs that look like they belong in some fucking Hollywood movie. This dude gets out, walks into the radius. Pow. This is what we call, I'm going to use the word pow, where something can happen where this is transferred, right? Black man does this, this is transferred. Then somebody showed up to have lunch with me right here, right? In the same environment. Somebody showed up, this really nice person showed up and said, all right. Then when the person walked this way right around that earlier that day, now you got to think about the time. That was at 8:15 in the morning. Now it's 3:50. It's exactly 3:15 in the afternoon. It's July 2015. He sits right here. He holds his cell phone like this, right, for a few seconds. He turns his cell phone around, turned it upside down, took a picture of the back of the head of a woman, then proceeded to walk this way, right? When I turned my cell phone off to see who it was, because I asked the woman right there, I said, do you know this person? She said, no. I said, do you have anything that you need to tell me or anything like that, as we were having lunch and a survey, so, pleasantly on a summer day. Now, you got to remember, a fucking man came up here showing me that shit for some reason. She parked over here. And we're doing mathematical timing, radius, fucking hacking, child salesman information. This is what happens when you try to get away from being a corporate dick, being a fucking child salesman. I have 4 children, and all their identities have been for sale by this type of shit for 20-something years. Usually by fucking drug dealers. And these are not fucking, 20 bags, whatever. These are SUV owning, pay the fucking black man. Get a picture of me, whatever, and I'm going to fucking try to screw you over, plant drugs fucking on you, because I have, a way to fucking sue their ass for $25 million a day, every day for 20 fucking years. Now, this man right here had a fucking dude sitting in the car, looked like fucking Justin Bieber, but he had blonde parted hair in the fucking back of the car with a fucking laptop. All right, this dude gets out looking like a white hair Mel Gibson, black pants dresser. Walked all the way over. Now, you could imagine what it takes. Things are changing. Things are changing. Cell phones are changing. Cell phones are changing. He had a fucking dude right here that could have just called him, notified him, changed his cell phone. This is how tech works. Changed his cell phone, walked in the environment of that. You got to remember, if I put a sticker here, man, that's kind of like what the fucking cell phone hacker does. Puts a sticker there. Remember, his cell phone's changing and changing and changing. He's got a fucking dude here with one of these wand things I saw in 2008. Because I saw him wave a wand like this in his windshield, right? So when you wave that shit, it changes everything, like IP addresses, apps, information, certifications, Gmail, Google information, YouTube, anything on your fucking cell phone, right? It captures it, and it goes here, and it goes here. And this dude's over here sucking this dude's balls because he's getting paid to do that shit with a fucking laptop. Right? Then this is changing. Then this person, right? This person set her cell phone down just like this. This person took a picture, walked back to the car. I turned my cell phone back on, and you got to remember, my cell phone was off. So when I turned it on in this radius, I walked exactly to the sidewalk. I turned it back on, and my cell phone went. If you know the top of your cell phone, when you pull it down, it says Wi-Fi buttons, all this shit shut on and off real quick, right? Because of this dick, this bearded ass, sunglasses wearing dick that looks like fucking Brutus and from Popeye. Because he's getting paid by this dude. He's getting paid by this dude. This dude's sitting pretty. He's like the fucking wannabe Jesus corporate, checking the law books right here. So these fucking jackasses, right, have this dude walk back, and you got to remember. So if you could think about anything like a fucking UPC code or these QR codes now that they have now, all that could just be changing, like 1 and 2 and 3, like a dance step, right? Now you got to remember time, and he gets back in his car, right? When they drove past this streetlight, they're not cops and they're nobody. These are fucking business owners. They're not fucking nobody. They don't have badges. They don't have stripes. They don't have nothing. The lights. Now, you remember 8:15, black man put his phone in my face trying to show me some porn shit. These guys showed up, right? This guy, I found out, knows this guy, right? This dude's in the back doing computer fucking hacker shit. This dude's doing the wand change to make sure all their fucking shit's legit. My phone shut on and off doing all this shit in one fucking time. And the lady that I was having lunch with, right, picked up her phone, and the first thing she does is hold her phone like that. It's some kind of signature fucking bullshit that I've learned ever since my ex-wife's purse was stolen and shit like that, usually by a fucking dude named Sabrino who wears fake cop uniforms. Because I saw his ass in Washington, D.C., and he's a fucking car thief. But this happened in 2015. By the end of the fucking day, by like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm at home, right? And the first thing that happens is I got to turn my phone on. I got to fucking charge it. And then, of course, again, the first thing that happens is my phone shuts off and it goes SDK mode. Now, this is one day. These are not like I work for the government people. These are like I fucking hire dildo companies to fucking do cell phone hacking type of shit. And it's happened. It happened at Panera Bread on White Bear Avenue in 2012. I saw the same dude from here on Como Avenue in 2013. I'll give you another description. I lived in Como Avenue in 2013. It's 8:15 in the morning. I was asleep, right? This same dude here gets out of the fucking car, right? Walks this way to a dude with a white. He was a fucking Asian Hmong dude that was in a home that got raided, right? He hacked his cell phone from somebody else. He walked in the fucking radius just like this, right? Because he had some dude from the time drive behind the building a few times, like put the fucking stamp on it, right? He walked up to the fucking environment, gave him like $200 and some odd dollars. The guy walks to my door. I'm asleep for work. And I remember I worked for the homeless, right? Doing social work. He knocked on my door. The first thing he did is walked in, and then he got raided with a bunch of Hmong people with fucking all kinds of speed and shit. And I don't have nothing to fucking do with that shit. Again, this guy was planning it fucking on me like he did on my wife, like stole her fucking purse in 2008 or 9 from Metropolitan State and had all her fucking water bills, phone cards. I've seen this fucking individual in 2012, Panera Bread on White Bear Avenue. Now I'm seeing him in another city get out of an SUV that looks like it's like one big, bad fucking bulletproof car. I said it looks like that. I didn't say it was that. Then he had a fucking dude look like Brutus and Popeye with a fucking beard with this wand thing that I saw. He's got a fucking dude with a laptop over here. He's got a fucking black dude. He's got a fucking black dude showing me porn at 8:15 in the morning while I'm at work. And what you know how you have a cell phone? You walk up to somebody, go like this, pow, put a label on that shit. And if you're a cell phone hacker, you can just go like this, turn the fuck around, where you walk to a fucking radius. And what do we have? We got street light fucking things. We've got cell towers over here. What happens with kilobytes per second? Changing. And all you have to do is say, all you could do is have something on your phone like on, off, Wi-Fi buttons, all like that, if you're good enough to know all that shit. And again, this woman holds her cell phone like this, right? By the time I get home at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we did not even see each other every day. It was like once every week for a few hours, once every other week for a couple hours, because, you know, she had a shit going on with her family or whatever. And kind of hung out for about 11 months. And I cannot say that whenever she went to a store or whatever, she went to a liquor store. I can't say if she went to buy groceries, because every time that I spoke with her, she had to be at somewhere buying groceries. I cannot say this person was in the parking lot, the grocery store, doing the same type of shit. He could have had like a fucking pussy ass dude walk up to her and say, "Hey, can I borrow $1 and shit at her fucking local grocery store?" Happens all the fucking time. This has been happening to me since I don't know, since I try to accuse somebody for car theft, cell phone hacking, Asian purse theft, child identification fraud. And everybody knows the law. Like if you know somebody in your family that have a newborn child and used to do cell phone hacking, to any company that knows the fucking law, that is immediately life, right? To sell newborn. Like if I were to know somebody's newborn kid and I went to here and I go, oh, I'd like to buy some bottles from here, and then I have it engraved with no permission. I have pictures of your newborn with no permission, and I give it to you as a gift. What is that? It's fucking life. Your house is gone. This is gone. I don't fucking know you. You don't have permission. That's what fucking life is. Yeah, that means I can own your home. I can own your car. Anybody you're affiliated with is my fucking property. But this is how you get out of it. Imagine you put a stamp this is how you put a stamp. You have somebody have a wand, right? You have somebody with a fucking laptop. You have somebody get out. All this is free space, right? We're aware of technological free space, right? You got a fucking dude like being your security guard and sucking your dick. That's what paychecks do. Then you have somebody walk through a stamp area. I'm going to call it a stamp area, or it's the danger zone. This is the red zone. And then you got to have somebody walk up to you, show something to you like this. They go about their business. Then it takes time, whatever you're doing in your office somewhere, preparing that shit, getting the paycheck ready for that shit. Have this guy walk through that area, right? Then you need another person. Walk through this area, right? Person's walked in. I'm sitting down having a cerveza and a lunch because I was a fucking cook at the time in this place. And this is all free space. Then after all this happened, I walked over here in this area, had my cell phone on, right? I saw this dude that looked like Brutus from fucking Popeye with a beard. I took his fucking picture from that stuff. And the first thing that happened when I walked over here, my fucking phone shut off. So I had this guy's picture, license plate here on the front of the SUV, license plate here in front of the SUV, license plate on here. By the time I got home later on, my fucking phone was off. I had plenty of fish hackers. I had all this fucking hacker. And everything that was on this guy's phone was being sent by email, Gmail, any other kind of mail to my fucking phone, and it shut off. So you lick my fucking dick, motherfucking cocksucking child, Sullivan.